Hey, my IBMOR brothers, back again. Recently, there has been a series on HBO called Insecure by Issa Rae. It's an unusual black female comedy. Now, normally it's a female chick flick like that would be, sort of like a Scandal or an Empire or even Power, where you get these real high class chicks and these fabulous outfits and stuff like that. But uh, Insecure is not quite that way. I got turned on to it by Brother Ron Wills. Shout out to Brother Ron Wills. And normally I don't like black chick comedies. That's not normally my style. I think since it caters to black women, I don't really like their jokes because their jokes are always situational and the way they portray themselves and the way they portray guys is not always real. But Ron was saying that guys should check out Insecure. In fact, go to his page and check out his review of Insecure. And he was saying that it is highly accurate about how they portray most women, most black women in the United States. So I went and checked it out. I gave it a shot. I went to check it out and I found out it to be very true because these are the chicks that live in my area. I mean, these are the millennial women that live in my area. In fact, I was listening to Issa Rae talk and her voice is a little lower pitched, but the way she talks and her cadence, it sounds exactly like my daughter talking. So, so it's millennial female speak. They talk just like like my millennial daughter. So I found it to be highly accurate. I finally found it to be this is exactly how black females are or black women are in Los Angeles. So I decided to look at it and I was thinking about my experience with women in Los Angeles and how the three different actually there's five different types of chicks in Los Angeles, different personalities or different types of attitudes in Los Angeles, and I grade them by Octane, and I think I've touched on this in another video, but we'll start at the bottom. The 85, the 85 is basically the ratchet chick. Okay, this is the ghetto baby mama, the uneducated girl with that you find that's like round away. The really ratchet ghetto chick. That's the 85 octane. That's like I said before. That's like farm equipment. Then you have the 87, which is the normal girl, the working class girl, your everyday girl next door type. She's the girl with the basic job, a minimum wage and above, a little bit above, high school diploma, regular chick that makes up the bulk, or I say the majority of black women in America and majority of black women in Los Angeles. Then you have the 87 or the 89, which is the mid grade. These are the educated girls that are corporate, but not six figures. They like I said, they work in nonprofits. They'll work at a desk at a corporate job or maybe a decent government job. They might be supervisors. They might be supervisors in a clothing store. They might be a whole bunch of things, but they're educated. They're mid grade. They'll probably make between 50 and like $80,000 a year. Or I would say 40 and $80,000 a year, because there's a lot of women that are educated that don't make $50,000 a year. But those are your mid grades. You're educated in corporate. And then you have the high octane, what I call the high octane girl. These are the six-figure girls that are educated, got a degree, got a profession. Lawyers, doctors, basically Indian chieftains, so to speak. Those are your high octane. And then at the very top are what I call the dime gold diggers. These are the baller chicks. These are the chicks that date high level drug dealers, or they'll date athletes, or they'll date six figures and above guys. These are the chicks that date millionaires. These are the chicks that jet all over the country. These are the chicks that get taken to vacations in Europe and in Latin America and whatnot. Those are the super high octane. These are the race cars, the 95 to 100 octane test that you got to take take them out on the track just to run them. But those are the 5 grades. But for the example of Insecure, they concentrate on the 3. They concentrate on the 87, the 89, and the 92, which is the standard. And they are portrayed by Tasha, who is the working girl. She's the bank teller at Broadway Federal, which is the historically black bank in Los Angeles. You know, she's the working girl. She's not quite educated. She's got a high school diploma, and she works a regular gig. And then Issa Rae plays the 89, which is the mid grade girl. She's the college educated girl that's working a corporate job, or in her case, a nonprofit job that takes education and takes some skill. And she's a cut above the regular girl. She's not quite the professional girl because she doesn't have her shit together yet. But she's the girl. She's the climber. I would say she's the climber. She's the girl that's looking to trade up. She's the girl that's looking for a college educated dude that hasn't got his stuff together yet. Then you have Molly. Molly is the 92, the 91 of the 92. She's a high octane girl. She's the Mercedes Benz girl. She's the Lexus girl, or the Acura girl. She's the one with the downtown condo, or she's the one with the home in the suburbs. She's the chick that says, I don't want to settle. I need a guy on my level. She's that kind of girl. So we're going to describe the characters in Insecure, the 3 types of girls. Now we're going to start with the 87, the regular girl, which is Tasha. Now Tasha is the bank teller in Insecure. She works at the black bank, and we meet Tasha when Issa's boyfriend Lawrence comes walking in. He comes in to cash his unemployment check. Now he's in a suit, and you know Tasha's got her breast out, and she's coming on to Lawrence because she sees an opportunity. Now, a girl like Tasha is a working class girl, and she right at the beginning says what she likes about him and what is her ideal man. Decent looking guy that's got some kind of work ethic, no kids, and no baby mama drama. She looks at him like he's a diamond. This is her ideal guy. He can be educated or not educated, but he will provide her with the basics of building a family. The guy could be a plumber, the guy could be an electrician, the guy could be a teacher or something like that. Just a regular 9 to 5 guy that's going to bring home the money and provide her hopefully with her picket fence and her 3 children. She just wants to live a regular life and be happy. You know, her top scale, her dream is to be the manager of the bank. No, she's not trying to live in an upscale place like Baldwin Hills in a mansion or anything like that. That would be nice if she won the lotto. But the thing is, she just wants a regular house with a regular husband, working husband, and a decent life. That's Tasha. And she encourages him to go out and work hard. You know, she boosts him up because in her eyes, that's what she wants. The next girl, who happens to be the star of the show, Issa Rae, portrays Issa. Now, Issa is the mid-level girl. She's a corporate girl. She's a corporate girl that doesn't have her shit completely together. She's not where she wants to be. And right now, she's not with the guy that she wants to be with, who happens to be Lawrence. Now, her and Lawrence are both college educated, which is what the mid-level girl requires. You have to be educated, because while she's not picky or super picky, at least not super picky yet, there's a certain level that she will not go below because her friends will frown upon it. But since Lawrence doesn't have his shit together, So even though he may be potentially a hardworking guy and a 9 to 5 guy, that's not what she wants. Issa wants a guy to have more ambition than she does. She wants a guy that will potentially put her in that big house, that 4 or 5 bedroom house with the pool and whatever, because that is her top level, because she's looking to go from mid-grade to high octane, and she doesn't want to slip back down to potentially where she could slide back down into the basic girl. She looks at Lawrence as material, whereas the basic girl will look at Lawrence as a diamond, as an ideal man. Lawrence is not her ideal man because Lawrence isn't the professional guy that's making 6 figures. Issa Rae wants the guy that's the next level up. Throughout the whole series, you can hear her complain about Lawrence and what he's doing and where he thinks she's going, and she doesn't really give him support because he's not the bus. She thinks she's on the wrong bus. He's not the bus that's going to get her to where she wants to go. So she portrays Lawrence as the bum dude that she needs to dump so she can find a better guy that's going to lead her to a better life. Well, that will be getting ahead of the story. Now, the last level up, the last chick, the last woman, and the most complex woman that you'll ever meet or you'll run across is a high octane girl. This is the 92 proof girl. This is the Mercedes girl. This is the Lexus girl. This is the 2 bedroom condo with the stairs and the view. This is the high corporate girl that has a profession. And in the black community, she is aptly portrayed by Molly. Molly is a prime example because even though Molly is a corporate girl, even though she's educated, internally, there's not a dime's worth of difference between the three of them. The only difference between Molly and Tasha is that Molly has more education and a little bit more drive. Now, a chick like Issa would take a 6-figure guy or a guy close to 6 figures, and that would be her ideal man. Molly's the chick, the high octane chick that has the big checklist. He's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to have a 6-pack. He has to have, he has to have 8 inches or more. He's got to be in shape. He's got to have education, a professional education, not just not a teacher, not a coach, not some guy in the communications that happens to be a radio DJ. She wants the guy that's got a solid profession behind him, making in the 6 figures and above, got a master's degree, and has to be on her level. That's what she means. It has to be on her level. In other words, he can provide her with the same lifestyle that she can provide for herself. And he's got to be acceptable to her friends and her colleagues. Now, Molly is not only the most successful and the woman that has it together, but they're also normally the most neurotic because of the pressure that's on them. And because when you get to that level, the air is kind of thin as far as men are concerned. And I'm just talking about just black men, but men of all races are kind of thin when you get over the $100,000 level. And the competition is fierce. These are the women that are more lonely. These are the women that do the numbers games, where they get online and they're sifting through all these guys. And you can see Molly, when she does get one of those guys that are on their level, she's so desperate to hold on to them that they do crazy stuff. And their perceptions about guys, their opinions about guys change so rapidly. Like, you could come in, you could be perfectly fine for 4 or 5 dates, and then you wear the wrong shoes. Those are high octane chicks. And those are the chicks that if you're a regular guy, if you're a regular guy or a working class guy, you run from, because they will make your life miserable, because there's a constant pressure. You might be a blue collar guy, or you might even be a corporate guy that's on a certain level, and you just want to live life and have fun. But the high octane chicks want the mansion, and then they want the car, and then they want the vacations, and after that, they want the vacation home. But that's a brief description of the three levels of attitudes in Insecure. I'm thinking about doing a breakdown of Insecure because it is accurate and it does show you women and how they are when they're talking to themselves. It doesn't give you the whole picture, but it gives you a real good depiction of the modern woman and the stuff that goes on. But anyway, this is just a brief thought that I had as I've been watching Insecure over the past few days, and how it reminded me of the women that I've had in my life, because I've dated basically all three. Really, well, four. I never got to the gold digger because when you got to date the gold digger, you got to have the jack. I've never had the jack for the gold digger. I've met them. Can't tell you who they are because if I told you who they were, you'd know who I am. I've met a few of the gold digger types that what my partner called the high dollar girls, but I've never dated them. One, for two reasons. One, because I didn't have the money. Two, I don't like them. Never have, probably never will. Even if I was $1 billion athlete or $1 billion corporate guy, I still wouldn't like them. That's just me. But anyway, I'm going to close this one out and I'll see you guys on the next one. This is BGS.